Well, days like these is why you have retractable roofs, and we've got an open one on a gorgeous afternoon for football at NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Leading rusher in the NFL, this is Jonathan Taylor.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Here's Wilson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up. Looking for a better play coming up on third. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Wilson. He's got a man complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Down to about the 22 here. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor,
22 yards.
And the Colts are on the board here first in the season opener.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
From the 6.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. McLaughlin for the extra point. And And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Texans nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week one. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Wilson's throw into the hands of Pittman here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st down, Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Wilson. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he'll find Pittman. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Colts! Jonathan Taylor, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Colts are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Texans nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away.
From his end zone, here's Traymon Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Stafford. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback when he delivers the ball.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Flushed out right. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 42. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. This is caught. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Here's Pierce. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Again, it's Pierce. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce with his 1st career touchdown in his 1st career game. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
His defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Pulls it in at the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here. First into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Stafford's throw complete there to Moore. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. They overloaded that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Back to throw. Stafford trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted.
And the Colts will take over possession here up at the 44. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage.
And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans will take over possession here up at the 44. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And the Texans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
On 1st down, Stafford here. this one is down he goes. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Stafford on first down. He's got a man complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Back to the air. Stafford on second down.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Stafford. He's got him in, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. On first down, it's Stafford. Touchdown, Texans.
Dameon Pierce
making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut.
And the Texans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. To throw is Wilson. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And got his man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing is Wilson. Got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Colts have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Texans 24.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to go. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 3rd and 2. Now Wilson.
Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 37.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Over the middle, complete. That's Taylor.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important third down. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he'll get up near the 45. He'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Colts are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Throw left side, taken in by Pittman.
25 yards that time.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
Now it's Wilson. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's Wilson. He gets it complete to Jackson. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field.
They'll run here with Moss.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Moss again.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin
In week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Colts, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Houston, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.